ecosystem, which is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. Thriving ecosystem, healthy soils, you know, these things we need. I'm just like, oh, what are we doing otherwise? If we have natural farming, we can bring the soil to life. There's thousands of ways to do it. This is just, these solutions are just 9 easy, simple ways to do it. So what else do we got here? I was just wondering if there's any Eyewitness. What's up, Eyewitness? Good to see you back. I wonder if you guys linked up, right? You're in Florida, I thought, and then you're trying to link up with someone else. Hey man, I was just wondering if there's a crop like leafy greens that you would use jadam, that I wouldn't use jadam JMS on. So I would not use jadam JMS on something I'm about to eat and shove in my mouth right away, because jadam JMS is questionable. Shoot, I got questionable at best, right? No, jadam JMS has its own set of problems, right? You don't want to be putting that stuff on things you're about to eat. There's all kinds of microbes there, anaerobes, that you are not sure about. So what you want to do is you want to spray that stuff a couple days before, then eat it. And you know, especially leafy greens, they're classic. Like where do you get salmonella outbreaks? Like leafy greens, spinach, outbreak of salmonella recall. Man, that's where things that if you spray that aren't good are going to live. How can I guarantee your JMS is good? I can't. So just don't, you know, spray things right before you eat it with those things if you can help it. There's no point to anyway. Why are you spraying JMS right before you harvest it? Spray it right after you harvest it, you know, get your soil going again. But right before you harvest it, you might want to spray, you know, just a KNF finishing solution, just a KNF harvest solution, which, you know, if you, speaking of things to plug in the new year, if you pull up my app here and plug in, say you wanted to put a gallon of harvest solution out there, the app would tell you, you know, within a few seconds, it would tell you you're going to need 4 mils of OHN and 4 mils of calcium and 189 mils of seawater. And that's what you want to put in 1 gallon of harvest solution, not the rest of the stuff. So these things, you know, if you have them around, you want to use them properly. You got to get the calculator, got to get the book, you know. But how many of you guys, by show of hands in the chat, already have all this stuff? The book, the calculator, you know, the app, these things. I mean, it just makes life easy for KNF, at least for me. That's why I made them for myself too. I always look at them, I'm like, what did I say? Oh yeah, right here. No. So yeah, I like that you guys are building kind of community in the chat too. It's good. Oh, let's see here. You made your first IMO3 pile. Let's say things went well, except for a couple times they caught 130 degrees. Then it got swarmed by ants. But that's fine as long as the microbes weren't above 120 for too long. Like if they're, you know, it's like you're growing different sets of citizens, and if you get them above 130, the guys you grow are not necessarily the guys you want. And so yeah, as long as you catch it and turn the pile and get it together, should all be good. You know, the app is available if you have like a Chromebook. You can download the app and use it that way. And I think maybe for the iPhone you might be able to do something similar. But yeah, in terms of figuring out the costs, I had the spreadsheet up the other day, and should share that with you here. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. let me see here. Continue. So so I don't have an app for the yeah, okay. So what I pulled up here are some solutions. So if you're saying you wanted to do a treatment area of 10 acres here, and what you have is you want to do spray 25 gallons per acre. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit more. Then it calculates this here for you to say this would be the rough cost of what it would take to put in all of the different solutions. So like if you put in these are just the acronyms here, but if you put in these different solutions here, what the assumed costs are, what 250 gallons of that spray would cost you, and what 4 applications of that would cost you to do 1,000 gallons in total, spraying 25 gallons per acre to treat 10 acres of land. And so if you make that 100 acres, here, it just adjusts all these costs up for you to understand what that would be and what it would cost to do like 100 gallons per acre and all that. So in addition to the app, there's also, that spreadsheet there to kind of figure things out. But oh, yeah, GrowPro is saying there's probably an app to figure out how to download into the Mac iOS. It's called the KNF Solution Calculator, and it's out there on the iOS store, and then there's also one on the Android store. KNF Solution Calculator. Let's see here. And then let's see, I think there's some more questions here. Oh, so, well, to finish up on the sprayer question here, I'm not sure on the PSIs and those things. I know, my tractor puts out pretty decent amount of pressure. The main thing is, like I said, make it easy. Make it so you can spray well and have, easy access to everything. And don't carry a bunch of water. Carrying water is pretty much suicide in terms of, if you want to make it easy, you gotta make it easy. Okay. Here I had a question from a while ago. This was actually November. Asking about, from Don Holla, asking about well, she's thankful that Master Cho's videos are available, and then yeah, it seems like magic. Synchronization. Okay. So she's talking about locusts devouring her beds. And so you know, what I would recommend if you're having, she's saying jadam, settle for the winter, and if you're definitely, it's already